with the Russian intervention in Syria, Russia's first military presence in the Middle East since the Cold War, many see a hint of an old rivalry behind it. But both Russia and the United States claim that they are not interested in renewing their power play.
There are several reasons. Some can be found in Russia's domestic circumstances, some in its overall relationship with the West. But I think most important are the strategic reasons. And namely, Russia hopes to preserve the regime in Syria, which they see as condition for preserving the state, which they consider extremely important. As to the fate of President Assad, I think they are slightly flexible here. They are not really tied to Assad, and if they can see that his departure could help the regime to preserve itself, then they might agree to that. But clearly they don't want him to live in disgrace, humiliation, to be ousted like dictators who have fallen in other Arab revolutions. So any departure must happen in a negotiated manner and with dignity. And that brings me to the ideological component of Russia's behavior in Syria, which I think is also very important. Russia wants to do away with the concept of humanitarian intervention and Western-inspired regime change. They think that these have been illegitimate and have sowed chaos in all of the world, and they want to prove that if you want to solve local problems, you can do so by helping the regime as opposed to bringing it down.
Some believe that Russia's ambitions is not to have more military presence in the Middle East, but that the primary ambition of both Russia and the United States is to try to influence and modify the other's behavior.
They want to be a big player because that allows them more flexibility on other fronts. But they don't, much of their Middle Eastern agenda is actually inspired by problems they are having with the West. Even the same sort of anti-regime change ideology. This is nothing inherently linked to the Middle East, but this is rather the problem that Russia faces in its relationship with the West. So to a large extent, they're actually dealing with the relationship with the West by acting in the Middle East.